It's officially one more week until the Onyx Build Challenge event starts down in Tucson. We got to be there on Sunday. So that means in today's video, we're actually going to get this running. All right, Trevor, if you're going to work in this neck of the woods, there's a couple things you're going to need.
What's that?
The instructions and all the wiring harnesses for everything you're doing.
Well, I'm glad I got real instructions and not just Rudy speak. Take this and you put it over there, and then this thing goes to this doohickey.
All right, Zach, what are you working on?
Well, we have this little section of paint here that needs to come out, and it's not coming out very easy with the handle there. So we may need to get it off.
You're gonna have to break the door out.
Which and there's glass in there. I kind of don't believe you that this is gonna work, and I'm kind of scared.
Throw it.
That sucked.
You did it wrong.
You lied to me.
What kind of weak throw was that?
How hard are you supposed to throw it?
I'm not very good at throwing.
I told you.
That was the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Wait, did you even try to drill the bolts out?
Nope.
Oh.
Why would I do that when I can just break the window?
Oh well, doesn't matter.
And that was kind of great. All right, let's do the other side, huh? That sucks. That sucked too. Long story short, I might have been a little guy, but I played on the line because I can't throw a catch. That's terrible. I don't think this works as well as you think it does.
Move that step aside.
Yeah, you give her a go.
Yep. First try.
Nice.
Alrighty, so we got the tanks in, the radiators in. Janelle has been figuring out how to clean the body and whatnot. After Zach broke the glass out, he actually got the handles pulled off, so that's nice. Like, all that can be cleaned up because that's been an ordeal. Trevor has done quite a number on the wiring, and he's made a mess of the whole place. I do appreciate the work he's putting into it. I'll probably cover your lunch one of these days. But he wants this other side of the dash in. But Zach's busy on the computer right now drawing some other parts for transfer case shifters. So we're going to come up here up front. Let me show you what I'm working on right now. So I cut some holes out in this truss right here, and I welded some nuts in so that I can actually bolt a piece of metal there. And I need that there because this top plate of this bearing pivot thing, I need some way to like hold it because there's a lot of pressure. All of my steering pressure is going to be put on this setup here. With the spindle only being welded on the bottom, it's not as strong as it could be as if we had it pinned and, you know, strengthened from both ends. So that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to put a top plate on here, and it's going to bolt onto this truss and hold that front end from wanting to ever like push out or push away. So when Zach gets off the computer, we'll go cut out a piece that fits on there. Then we can finish getting this buttoned up. We can put a double shear point on this plate, and then on the lower part gets another double shear, and then we can put the steering link in, and our steering will actually be done, which is huge. That is good news.
Stop hogging the computer, Zach!
You almost done, Zach?
No.
We need 2 computers. That's pretty good, huh? I'm gonna go draw this on the computer, get it cut out, and then it's gonna go right there. Alright, we got it on there. It's good and tight for now, for what we're doing. Now we just need to weld it. You may have noticed that there's actually another hole in the side of this, and that's another threaded bolt hole for a 1/2-inch bolt. And that's so I can throw a plate on the side of this thing. So if my threaded bolts ever want to pull out of there, it can't because it's also held there. So theoretically, if all of my welds holding the nuts that I welded in broke, this would still be stuck in there and wouldn't be able to come out. Not that I don't trust my welds, it's just that, you know, redundancy is, built-in redundancy is important. And there you go. There you have it. That thing just slides on there like that. Thanks, Trevor. Hey, speaking of that, I think I need you to double back all the wires and have 2 separate wiring harnesses for redundancy. Oh, okay. But that's not a no. Here's this outside piece. Just need to weld that up, get it painted, throw it on, and that's it. And then we gotta finish this arm so that it can steer, and we're good. See you tomorrow.
It's like that sound when you think you're the coolest guy in the parking lot, and then this guy rolls up.
This is the misadventure truck. Is that how you open it?
I ain't never seen anything this nice or expensive in my entire life, I don't think.
We're driving a Cybertruck because Trevor decided that's what he'd be driving today. Whoa, it's got rear steer?
It does?
It totally does.
No, it does.
Look at that
What
wind. Look
the
at.
heck?
Did you see that? That's how I shifted.
Oh my gosh. That scoots for sure.
Mini Cooper's gonna be faster. We're at the parts store, getting all the power steering lines and everything.
You like that?
Yep. I would own a Cybertruck. It's an unpopular opinion, but I think the Cybertruck was, you know, a smart move. Break away from the norm of just regular trucks. They all look the same these days. This one, I don't know if you could consider it a truck, but as an SUV, it stands out.
I think it's stupid.
As we're getting this dash put in, I want to fill you in on some of the ideas I have. A lot of these guys are not on board with it, but a lot of people also said the Mini Cooper was going to look dumb.
We're just bored with this.
With what?
This.
He's had a long day. Tomorrow morning, he'll change his mind. I got this like wood vinyl, and it's not everyone's cup of tea. I get that. But I think it would fit the interior very well to have these panels here covered in it. And it's a little bit of a different look. And we actually had this on a test piece that I've had sitting outside for like 2 months. And it didn't fade, it didn't do anything weird. And when I tried to pull it off, it was stuck. So I'm not super worried about the durability of this. I'm just worried about the comments from other people in the shop.
You do you, Rudy.
You do you.
I don't
Forget
understand.
about the team. It's all about Rudy.
I spent $11 on this. I'm gonna use it, okay? Whether it's on you guys or on this car, I'm using it.
I mean, I've been here for like 2 days. I think my input should matter.
It's late at the shop tonight, and we kind of missed dinner because we're here. So,
Air fryer.
secret code, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Are these done?
That one is gonna be super hot.
Okay, I'm gonna put that one down. Look at that little chicken nugget. Anyway, let's do it. Let's see what Trevor's up to. What you working on?
Wires. I'm waiting until I start making mistakes, and then I know it's time to go home.
Is it getting around that time?
I feel a mistake coming any minute.
Is it because I'm close?
Yeah, you make me nervous.
That is some serious wiring.
Oh, I just about made a mistake. I was about to put the blue with the brown.
Oh.
So I don't have to leave yet because I caught it.
Alrighty, so doesn't look like it. It actually looks probably the same as the last time you saw it, but it's almost done. Sorry, that was a joke. Let me be real for a minute. It is so far from being done, and we have like 24 hours, 48 hours to get down to Tucson, and we're gonna make it. I know I cut it close, but that's what I do. There's something. That's me. You know. Welcome to the channel. So just a quick overview of what's going on. Janelle threw on a bigger fan. We got all the radiator hoses all tightened down. We got the gas tank in. Janelle did an amazing job stripping the outside of the car, obviously. We've got half of the dash panel in it. If you look in there, there's a bit of a sneak peek with how that's going. Well, that's looking good.
Decided on the wood, huh?
I did. It was a little too industrial, like a lot of metal. The wood grain, even though it's fake, kind of brings it back in, you know, makes you one with nature. As I tear it up with my diesel Mini Cooper. Anyway, I might stop and smell the roses from time to time. Anyway, got battery mounted under the dash. Zach's got the front bumper plate cut out with the winch set here, and we're gonna figure out how to put it up in here somewhere.
Once we get that mounted, we should be able to mount the steering cooler right under there, right above the winch.
Yeah.
And then we should be good to fill everything with fluids and start it.
That's the best I've ever heard you speak on camera.
That is really good.
Proud of you, Zach.
So I got fuel lines ran. I'm working on getting the trans cooler lines ran at the moment. I've actually started the brake lines. They're not pretty, but this ain't gonna, I mean, we don't need to win no awards with this, except for hopefully 2 next week. We're not gonna win. But we're gonna have a dang good time with it. On top of all that, I do believe we have the most reliable engine there, as far as like, you know, making it to a million
Reliable
miles.
and underpowered and
Hey, that's a coming.
The other thing I got hooked up, I got the trans shifter hooked up. We've got the start for our transfer case shifters, because we've got a doubler. We need 2, and so we modified the cable shifters for like a Cherokee or a TJ or something like that. And so one runs to the front doubler, and that one's pretty normal. The one that runs to the rear, we had to get pretty creative to get it out of the drive shaft. So you can take a look at that, how that's going. And we got them routed to right up in between the seats where we can easily make some levers. Whew, that's a mouthful. But we gotta get back to work. Oh, and then come check this out, because it is a work of art. Prepare yourselves for what you're about to see.
It's not ready yet.
He says it's not ready, but we're gonna bust a move. Hey Trevor.
Hey.
This table looks like spaghetti to a colorblind person.
It would look like less spaghetti if somebody didn't buy gigantic wires.
Listen, I didn't want to undersize any of the wire.
That was a good choice.
Was it?
For you.
For me, yeah.
we are building a bumper and a mount for this here winch. Okay, so we're gonna have these. They're gonna drop down like that and that, and then they're gonna attach this plate right here and here, and the winch will kind of sit right here, and then we'll just kind of build the rest of the bumper out around it.
Today is the day. It is Saturday, October 26th. Oops.
9:52 a.m.
Here's the issue. We have to be in Tucson, or we're supposed to be in Tucson tomorrow at 2 p.m. Yikes. Come look at this. Come look at this. So from the last update, it looks like not a lot has changed. Well, I assure you we've done stuff. We've ran most of the brake lines. We finished all of the transmission cooler lines, fuel lines. We have one more power steering hose to put on, and then all of the hoses are done and should be tight. We have a shifter that works. It's not hooked up right now, but it attaches to there and shifts the transmission. That's what they're supposed to do. Back here needs quite a bit of attention, from the back axle truss, which I've already got cut out. I just need to put it on, to actually getting these sheeted in, and the radiator shrouds. finished putting together. And then I have one more sheet metal piece to go behind the seat to separate me from the gas tank in case of it's a diesel, there's not gonna be a fire. Other than that, we're just buttoning up a whole bunch of little things. Trevor definitely has a lot of wiring to catch up on. And if I'm being honest, I'm stressing out about his wiring because not the quality of it, just the amount he has left. Because it would be enough to make my head spin. Hopefully, and that's a big hopefully, we don't run into any issues with the timing of getting everything done. Which, I mean, we've already run into the issue of getting everything done in time. But you know what? It seems like everyone else in the competition is in the same boat as us. I'm not worried about it. Oh, also, one of the nights I stayed up and I rebuilt all of the shocks that needed rebuilding. Like I needed to swap some of the reservoirs off of them, make sure the shims are in them, and then we charged them with nitrogen, and they work. So not as bouncy as it once was. Okay, let's get back to work, because there's a lot of it. Just have to get some measurements.
Today's the final day, so I gotta stop messing around and get all of this and all of that back there hooked up. I got headlights, off-road lights, windshield wipers, other stuff, but as you can see, there's no, there's not stuff to wire. It's missing. All that goes over to there, and maybe some more back there. Rudy's taillights aren't done. Those go to there. Until I know where they go, I can't put a connector on. So, if the electrical isn't done, it's Rudy's fault.
I'll finish it in Tucson.
What he means is he'll like strip them long, twist them together, put a little tape on them.
What kind of twist nuts do you recommend?
The little gray ones.
The big yellow ones, the ones that use in houses?
Yeah.
So you buy like a pack of them.
It is currently 6:33 p.m. and we have a long ways to go. A long ways. How's it going in there?
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Every once in a while, we have to take a mental health break. This is the 14th, 15th hour of our 24-hour shift.
It's the 6th day of 24-hour days.
Isn't Passover that long or something?
Next time I'm going to pass over this.
Oh my goodness. The haters are gonna love this. But we're late. They started the competition today. And unfortunately, we're still at the shop. we ran into a lot of problems. And that's just how it goes. Unfortunately, I didn't plan enough time to sort those out. Okay, there's a lot of things that set us back. A lot of the fabrication took longer than I expected, as it always does. But one of the big ones was our oil cooler lines. I used some fittings that I thought would be appropriate, and they didn't work at all. They just leaked everywhere. And on top of that, one of our oil lines that went into the injector pump was bad and was spraying oil everywhere. It was horrible and disgusting, and I don't ever want to relive that again. Oh, that smells awful. Whoa!
What's up?
What the crap is that? Oil line.
Leaking oil.
It was this line right here. See that? See that hole? Yep. So we got a new one of those put on. We actually got power steering fluid all primed. The cooling system actually seems to be working. So we're gonna button up the brakes, put a gas pedal in it, put drive shafts in it, and we're gonna take it for a test drive and actually see what this thing can do. I think it's gonna rip. Despite all that, I'm exhausted. We'll be out of here by 9 o'clock tonight.
How was that?
Awesome. Little toy car.
Well, she sounds horrible.
Are we gonna make it?
I honestly have no idea. We'll make it, but we gotta wait for Zach to get back anyway, because he left his to-go bag at home today, because I guess he wasn't expecting us to leave.